jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game in the building. A-Side official, you already know. Jason first on deck. What's good with it? WCS, salute to your Juice. Lee is in the building. You already know, man. Salute to you, brother. Shout out to you. I got a pin. Hold on for a second. I got to pin Jason to the top. You know what I'm saying? Got to pin his comment to the top. Shout out to Jason, the first in the building. You already know what it is. And getting back into the groove of things one day at a time, You already know. Big shout out to both and those who pending to come in the building. It's all good. Today, what we're gonna talk about, of course, we gotta pretty much put it up there. I put the link in the chat too. Give me about 10 minutes. I really want to hear. I suppose had to pretty much put the link out there. What freaking a week ago, but shit went left. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to kind of get people's opinion on Errol Spence, fighting Crawford next. But I'm looking at it like this. Crawford, who's next for him? Who should he fight next? What makes sense? You know what I'm saying? What makes sense when it comes to boxing? You know what I'm saying? At this point, Crawford is in the pilot seat where he always wanted to be, y'all. He's in the pilot seat. And pretty much that is where anyone wants to be. But we have a dilemma. I attempted to call through the airways, trying my best to try to figure out what would be the next step. You know what I'm saying? Of Crawford's ascension to the boxing stratosphere. And it still hasn't been pretty much put out, or no one has received word on what's next. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at it like this. You have options, right? You have Keith Thurman. From right to left, you have Keith Thurman. You have Ennis. You have Canelo Alvarez, which is going to be at the end of the optics, sometime in the late semester 2024. I don't like what I'm hearing for Canelo. Talking about he's too small. He know damn well he'll get credit for Crawford, no matter how it plays. But to stimulate the boxing fans like they love puppetizing us, they're not going to ever agree to something. This is only boxing, people. This is not something that happens all the time in other sports. This is only boxing. You ask them when they fight, they come up, I don't know. You ask them who is fighting, that's a secret, can't tell you that. How was fight camp leading up? Fight camp was good. You do anything different than you did last? I can't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? It never stops with boxing, bro. Everything's a freaking secret. Everything's a freaking secret when it comes to boxing. And then, of course, you have Errol Spence. So for Keith Thurman, he was a former unified champion, WBC and the WBA title holder. And he is not one of the names that we would want to see Crawford unless he is unable to get Errol Spence on the rematch, nor Canelo Alvarez. All right. We wouldn't mind seeing that. When it comes down to it. We wouldn't mind seeing it because, Keith Thurman, truth be told, the man has one loss, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, truth be told, the man's been out the ring for quite some time. So when it comes to Terrence Crawford, will he get credit? Will he get credit for beating up on the Keith Thurman who's been out the ring? Right now, Crawford ain't trying to go routes that don't make sense, man. Like, he's not trying to go to a cul-de-sac to find an opponent. No, he is on the highway for liftoff. He's in the air. Yeah, he's lifting off from the highway of boxing. He's basically up in the air, and he's able to look down on whatever his next opposition is going to be. Now, Thurman, I don't think he'll go the distance with Crawford. I'm just putting it out there. I don't want to make it seem like it's problematic just because he's been out the ring for quite some time, because that just seems like the normal state of it when these boxers this day, they be out the ring for quite some time, right? But I don't see Crawford really getting any type of credit for beating up on Thurman, man. I don't think Thurman goes the distance either. And this is only a Terrence Crawford who, if he doesn't get Errol Spence in the rematch, and let's just put Canelo Alvarez out for 2024. It'd be good if Canelo say yes, see, next year. You know what I'm saying? For Crawford. Then we go and we usher in, 24. We usher in 24, knowing that Crawford and Canelo is on the horizon. You know what I'm saying? On the horizon, the brightest, the beautiful, horizon that you ever seen in your life. You know what I'm saying? This fight right here will have all of it. It would be on the highest of all high at the end of the day if these two can lock it in to say that, yeah, we definitely fighting. You know what I'm saying? It'll be great, bro. It'll be real great. It'll be what we need for boxing again to kind of throttle forward for 2024. Seriously. And then you have Jerron Ennis, man. Shout out to Mac World 1 in the building. What's good with it, Mac World? Salute to you, dog. T on deck. Let's see Errol vs. Thurman next. Explain that. I'm just want to know. Explain why you want to see that. I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know why you want to see Thurman. Talk to me. Talk to me now. You know what I'm saying? We all about educating each other, man. Let's get it. You get it while I'm still peppy. I don't know how long I'm gonna be peppy now. I don't know how long I'm gonna have the pep in my step now. Shit, for real, dog. Errol won't go back to 1.5 million, especially after touching 20 plus. Man, come on, bro. What? He ain't trying to sniff none of that down there, man. He's definitely feeling how that money tastes smells when it's stacked on top of each other that high. You know what I'm saying? The air is different up there. Real talk. I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. If Errol rematch, I'm predicting a cash out. Well, the one that's going to be writing the checks is Terrence Crawford, period. So if you're talking about cashing out, Errol's not going to have any other, option. They're done. He ain't going to have any other option except to cash out. Unless he can shock the world and come back in a rematch and make this happen to his best ability. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way. Or else Crawford's writing that check and he's cashing them too. You know what I'm saying? He's going to cash them. And I think, at the end of the day, he's going to stop Errol Spence in quicker fashion than he did the first fight. There's nothing that tells me on that other side of the spectrum that Derrick James will be able to come up with a master plan to combat that of Team Crawford. I just don't see it at all. I don't see it with my eyes open. I don't see it with glasses on this motherfucker. I don't see it with my eyes closed using my imagination. I don't see none of it. Real talk. I don't see any of it. Real talk. I don't see it. Before we know it, the Canelo versus Mel fight will be here, and Bud versus Errol rematch should be announced, to be honest. Just let Bud fight someone else, and rematch isn't necessary. I look at it like this, Carlos, man. I think a rematch per the contract, money-wise, why not? If his long-term objective is Canelo, and we know Canelo is a big fight, right? Why not fight, stay busy calendar and get that out the way? You know what I'm saying? Give the fans another fight that they're familiar with. They're familiar with this energy. They're familiar with the outcome. They know both of these fighters. You know what I'm saying? Give them an opportunity to see this ass whooping again, Carlos. That's what we're about over here. We're all about remediation, redundancy. That's what we want. We want to continue to remind them that it wasn't anything that was out of the ordinary on July 29th. We knew that ass whooping was going to happen just like that. Now, if they want, another fight per the contract, and Crawford has made it perfectly clear that he has no problem giving him the rematch. He has addressed the doubters and the haters. And even though they are still in limbo when it comes to their mental health, WCS is here to help you out. You know what I'm saying? I am pushing for, if he cannot get the Canelo fight, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way I will push for Thurman and Ennis, right? But if Errol Spence is set the rematch and he don't want to take it, options. But I'm believing that Errol Spence would be crazy not to take this rematch, man. It would be crazy for him not to take this rematch. Real talk. I mean, it would. Who would fathom that the reason why Errol wouldn't get paid this big paycheck, bro? I mean, we're talking about something else has to be going on. People haven't been advising him correctly or any of that. It'll be terrible. Seriously, it'll be terrible, bro. We have to call. It has to be a call to action. Because I'm really not trying to see the Ennis and Thurman unless it's the last resorts. The last resort is going to be, after Canelo and Spence is just out of the question, period. So just for Crawford to just step in the ring near the end of the year and have another fight, not just any stay busy fight, but a stay busy fight that can make him another bag, 15 to 20 million, easy. You know what I'm saying? Because the people are going to tune in. They're going to participate. Real talk. They can say what they want, but they're going to give you your signature badge for participation. You know what I'm saying? They're curious, y'all. This is not going to leave their mind no time soon, man. This fight isn't going to just go away, bro. You can't wipe it clean. You can't goddamn, do that to this server, this damn psychological server that you have. You can't just wipe it clean. You can't do a control alt delete and still be alive, consciously alive, healthy. No. You can't do that. No control off the lead on this. This fight is going to be here. July 29th is going to be there over and over and over. And look, it's not even necessarily a nightmare, y'all. This fight is a thought, a nightmare. This is a reoccurring omnipresence, bro. This is everywhere they go. They at work, they thinking about this fight. They off work, they thinking about this fight. They thinking about the aftermath that took place. Juice Lee said, Don and Carlos salute. Facts, Errol ain't getting what he got from the fight. Bud stole his light at PBC. It gotta feel horrible. I was talking to one of my colleagues earlier, Juice, right? And I kind of said something similar to him feeling a certain way when he was walking out the ring, right? I was talking to my colleague, Shot News, right? So I was saying, well, you know, we was talking about how Errol had to do that walk, you know, that walk from the ring to the dressing room after being beat up like that. And you know how this guy made a video of Errol. He's like, "What's up, EJ?" And then when he passed, he's like, "Man, he got fucked up," right? So you look at how I even said this. I said, "Well, he did have his chin up," and then Showtime said, "Yeah, I mean that's that 20 million." You know, I say, "You're right. I have my chin up too. Okay, I'm about to get paid. You know what I'm saying? 15, 20 plus million. I'm good. I'm really, really good." I don't think he feels horrible there, Juice. I think he understands that the money is everything that he needs and wants right now. I think for a long time, Errol Spence has had this, you know, in his cortex. I really think that he has replayed this moment over and over again. I think prior to stepping in there with Crawford, he truly believed in his hype. He believed in his tenaciousness. He believed in a lot of things that he's been through in his boxing career, that he can go in there and do this. Like, you have to call Crawford the ultimate chameleon, because it's a lot of deceptive, you know, concealment that he had that people really didn't know about. Like, he was the chameleon of boxing, bro. Like, he blended in with shit so much to people didn't even consider him to be that dangerous, man. That's just crazy how he's moved through the boxing terrain and people didn't really take him serious like that as far as his welterweight opposition. I'm talking about those people who was on the side of Errol Spence. Like, they didn't take this man 1,000% serious of how dangerous he was. So he was able to just walk on by, continue his travel, you know, continue to pace himself, you know, with these fights, stopping his opponents, you know what I'm saying? Showing them that, hey, I'm on a different level, and they just didn't want to put it in, you know, the logarithm. He didn't want to, man. They didn't want to declare. They didn't want to declare it to be true. They just said, we'll just wait till it play out. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to say, you know, Crawford ain't going to do this. He can't get through that. Spence is just too much of a pressure fighter. He got too much power. Crawford is chinny and all this other stuff. It's just too much has been going on with him. The Avanesian fight, his gloves. They came up with all this analytics, man. All this analytics. And it became rhetorical analytics. You know, what we expected to see from Team Spence. We expected to see this type of, you know, analytics go down, because they was in denial prior to the fight, and they was absolutely in a state of reality. You know how they say you have REM sleep? Like, they was in reality awakening, or whatever you might call that. They was in a state of full consciousness on July 29th. The fish fry was full blown reality, 4K, dog. 4K, the reality is upon you. We was going through this episode together. We went through it together. We saw this shit play out. God dang. Oh, what? Oh my God. God. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Ooh. Ouch. God. I mean, it was a lot of that reactive type language going on, man. And you think about how many of these Spence fans had to sit there and endure that dramatic experience. Why Crawford supporters, we was cheering and we had fish crumbs all everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Tartar sauce all over the motherfucking hands and shit. Hot sauce. Motherfuckers goddamn having a fish fry like we said we was, man. And then those who was talking about a crawfish, you know, them crawfish are just sitting over there feeling like, you know, like they was next to the orphanage or something. I didn't want to show no love to them crawfish. And they had them all hot. They had the goddamn corn. They had the whole corn, the potatoes, the sausages cut up. Man, they had everything. When that ass whooping played out, the only thing that was enjoying that food over there was the freaking bugs. Look, the roaches was enjoying that shit, man. Them people had their mouth open, but they wasn't eating no crawfish, goddammit. They was eating that crow. You know how good crow tastes. Come on, man. You know how good crow tastes, man. I'm talking about with the feathers. We ain't talking about no special delicacy. No, we talking about with the feathers. Yeah. We talking about that A1 sauce on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They had to eat crow, and they still is, man. They still is. Salute chat. We're gonna more see more dead bodies coming. No, man. No. Look, Mac World One. We don't wanna contribute or inject any more illness upon them. What they're going through right now is extremely traumatic. Extremely, Mac World One. Come on, man. There's not enough therapists roaming this social media to give them help and intervention that's needed. It's not enough. Real talk, it's not enough. And I'm not here to be a one-day philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? A charity organizer. I'm not here to do that for the aerosexual because we tried to get them when it was a competent situation. Like before the fight happened, we was trying to tell them, hey, Crawford gonna beat his ass. Man, you must be out your motherfucker. Man, please. Oh man, come on, this dude, man. He must not still be well, man. What the fuck you talking about? Man, this dude out of his damn mind. Spence is gonna do this, that, and the other. Man, I swear to God, man, like the arrogance. They was exuding arrogance, bro. Exuding it, bro. Like you couldn't stop them from talking. Full-blown panels, 10 on a panel talking this nonsense. Look, these are the people that were saying Crawford was going to get knocked out. Crawford shouldn't come out here. That switch hitting shit don't matter. He shouldn't come out here. You know, he shouldn't even show up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? He's over his head and thinking this is going to be like Julius and Dongo. You know what I'm saying? We knew it wasn't going to be Julius and Dongo because first of all, that was at a different division, and we're gonna leave it there. We're in the welterweight, right? That was in another division. We done with that. You know what I'm saying? We vacated the belts, came up here. How he chose to step on his opposition at 147 pounds. Look, Mac World. Crawford and his team institutionalized the aerosexuals, y'all. They put them in an institution. They still haven't been able to quite get it together. Team Crawford institutionalized them. He had them walking up to the building of secrecy, volunteering their stay. They had no other recourse to do it. They didn't. And they still to this way. I do hear some of them starting to come around. I guess they had a little drinks or whatever. They had some yak. You know what I'm saying? And they are starting to resurge a little bit about this fight. Whoever's next for Crawford, I want them to be healthy, first of all. And when I talk about health, I'm talking about Spence. I want him to have every check possible from the top of his hair follicle, on top of his head, his hair follicles, all the way down to his toenails. I want everything checked out, man. I want toenail samples put on the microscope. I want everything checked out. Because they're trying to pick back up conversation after making hundreds of excuses as to why Bud Crawford win wasn't what it's supposed to be, or what it wasn't what it looked like. It was something that you was looking at it, but it really wasn't it. It was somewhat like artificial intelligence. That's what they was trying to tell people. That wasn't him. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't him. I get it. The fact that Crawford was putting paws on Spence in the ring, the effect generated itself outside to all the aerosexuals, you know what I'm saying, that was sitting in the audience and those who was in the comfort of their own homes. I understand you too was affected. I get it. I do. You know what I'm saying? You have to sit here and correlate every round, each night. You know what I'm saying? You're routing that information. And you're saying to yourself, should he or shouldn't he? Should he, shouldn't he? Should he, shouldn't he? You're contemplating. Because you have to make sure that when you go back to these panels, that you don't sound like you're out, you're losing it. You gotta get on board with the team. If the team is like, hey, we want to push for him to go back into the ring, you have to be on board with that. So you got to do a lot of soul searching. And that ass whooping is just hard for you all to do that proper soul searching to say, guess what? I really want him to return to the ring and face either Crawford or face somebody else. Now, Spence knows if he speak on another fighter other than Terrence Crawford, his fans are going to turn on him even more, just like the ones that already turned on him. Seriously. They're going to disassociate themselves. So I'm just letting him know, Errol Spence, I want you to return to the ring. I want you to be Crawford's next fight. I keep switching back and forth. I ain't going to lie. I keep switching back and forth. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing. The GOAT is in the building. What's good with it, Blunts? Salute to you, bro. You know, I want him to be the next one in line because I want to get this and put it and leave it in 23. I do. I know Steven Espinosa has said that it's possibly won't happen this year. I get it. But if we have an idea that Errol Spence is going to take the rematch in 23, at least we have it to look forward to in the first semester of 24. Just a little something to know, to put on your prefrontal cortex, as we continue to march through the back half of this 2023. If we know that Errol is definitely taking this rematch, then guess what? We have something to look for. You know what I'm saying? We have something to look for next year. We won't be sitting out here on the sidelines, trying to think, okay, what's going on with this shit? I thought they're supposed to just take 30 days. Now it's looking like contracts ain't shit, because if you give a fighter 30 days to respond and they put an extension on every freaking thing, then a contract is just for show, man. It's no need to compute that and think it has to be, it's set in stone. This rematch shit needs to get down to it, man. He has like several days remaining, and let's see, because I want Spence to get right back in there. I don't want no long layoff. I don't want Spence to have too much time on his hand and Crawford's his next opponent. I want him to be able to have very little time, get back in the ring, so So the hottest chat in the MFing game, we can go through another fish fry because I'm pretty sure, some of you all in the chat, you ate so much fish that you can walk next to the waterway and them motherfuckers just come up to the bank and throw themselves on the bank. They basically are sensing that you ate one of their relatives. They don't know. They just smelling. They just say, is that Johnny? Let me swim over here. And they swim so fast and jump on in that motherfucker because they thought Johnny was up there chilling. They didn't know. They didn't know. It was just a bulk load of relatives that they thought that was on vacation, but really they was on the grill and they was in that hot grease, goddammit. If Bud chooses to fight Keith or Jerron, I'll take it for sure. But if he doesn't, oh well, bigger fish to fry. I won't discount Bud. I just feel like he's accomplished his place on the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even place Bud on the ladder anymore. Bud is at the hierarchy. That means his decisions is basically filtered down to whatever. He's not searching. He don't have to search for anything. They really want a payday with Bud now. That's excluding Canelo, though. You know what I'm saying? They want a payday. Bud is that dude. He's not just any payday. You got to be careful. You got to be careful about this money, though, because this money's going to come with some pain attached to it. We're not talking about the paper cut pain. No. This is going to come with some bruises and some shit that you didn't never think was coming. Just ask the aerosexuals. They still distraught about what they witnessed at the T-Mobile massacre. I swear to you. I swear that they never going to be good the rest of 2023. Now, the shit, I think about them often. I do. I say, how do I provide them any type of assistance? Because I know there's a lot of aerosexuals hurting. I know it's a lot of them that's continue to be confused. I know a lot of them has had pretty much discord inside their homes, at their jobs, in church. For real, this is filtered over into church congregations. You know what I'm saying? The pastor even, some of these pastors, they're not going to put it out there, but some of these pastors had to stop their sermon just to address, some of the aerosexuals that was, having anxiety episodes, man. Panic. You know what I'm saying? Outburst. He had to stop and place his hand on their head to bring them back to the reality because they just couldn't believe what they were saying. And if the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan mentioned, Errol Spence and Crawford, don't you believe that there's other preachers out here? You know what I'm saying? Other bishops, ministers that watched that fight go down? Absolutely, they did. Absolutely. So me, I'm looking at it like, how can I assist? The only way I found out that I can assist with Crawford's next fight, if it's Errol Spence, is to basically use my platform to continue to pour vinegar, lemon juice, anything possible of a content, a salty content, you know what I'm saying? Toxic into that scab, into that wound. Yes, sir. That's the only way I can do it because I don't think they get it. Seriously, I don't think they get it. I don't think they get it. So in order for that to happen, you got to continue to tell them, hey, just open your eye just a little bit, lean back, and you fool them and put some shit in a Visine. But really, it's goddamn, apple cider. You know what I'm saying? That good, put some chili pepper in there, some of them hot pepper shit, some lemon juice in there. mash some onions up together, put some onions in there. Yeah, just put the whole thing in there, shake it up real nice, and put them eye drops in there. They don't get it, bro. So I'm here to assist. Real talk. Moving on. Since Uga's fighting on the Canelo card, EJ got to fight Thurman to get the money he wants or get another beating from Bud. Pick your poison. Well, I put it like this, Juice. If it's any type of poison that I would like to see, I do often switch up in this because I want Bud to continue to get credit and build up his momentum heading into this next fight. I'm talking about build upon his momentum, rather, not build up momentum. Build upon his momentum that he has off July 29th. So with that momentum, if Spence is available and he don't want to fight, I would rather him fight Ennis. The reason, because he's going through the same situation now. Listen, you say down, combat, you switching up. At first, I'm going off the options that I have. You know what I'm saying? Ennis is a talented fighter, real talk. He has 31 victories, but yeah, he doesn't have a name on his resume the level of Crawford. Period. He hasn't fought nobody like Crawford. It would be the toughest fight of his career and the most dangerous fight of his career. Point blank, period, straight up and down. But you have to put Ennis in the picture since he's a young lion. He's a young lion that's on the hunt. And look, though I can get up here and say, well, when it came to Bud Crawford, they didn't want to give him the open door policy. Yeah, they refused to give him the turnkey, protocol. No, they wanted him to go around back under the bend, climb through the sewer, back out up the tree, jump from tree to tree. You know what I'm saying? Climb down the motherfucker. Lay down in the dirt. Do about 5 to 10 days outside. They want him to go through intense training for him to get into the door. They say nothing he did in his career was ethical enough to be considered to fight Errol Spence. Errol has did all the heavy lifting in the welterweight division. They didn't want to give this man no love, shawty. They didn't want to give him nothing. Derrick James up there just shooting down everything. Well, he got 10 straight. Now, who cares about that? He ain't fought nobody. I'm like, damn, this man can't get no LOVE. Man, he ain't fought nobody, man. Who on his resume? Who this? Who that? And look, if Errol's not available, man, the next person that's in line that believes he can get it done against Crawford, Ennis believe he can get it done. But Ennis is gonna be in for problems, bro. And like I said before, I like Ennis, man. Like he's a talent that's gonna be a multi-division champion. At the end of the day, I believe he is. I don't know if he's ever gonna unify for undisputed or anything like that. I don't know if he ever get to fight Bud. But if the process of elimination brings him into the fray, let's go. He will have had an easier opportunity to get his chance to seize the moment, like M say. You know what I'm saying? To fight someone on the level of Bud Crawford. Because truth be told, man, the Thomas Delorme, the Custio Claytons, you know what I'm saying? The Korean Chudikins and the Roman Villas don't add up to no Bud. Doesn't add up to Bud Crawford, bro. Those 4 opponents don't add up to Bud. And then you put a Sergey Lipinets in there, still don't add up to Bud. It just doesn't, bro. Those several opponents I just mentioned don't add up to the opponents that he's had in the welterweight division. I'm talking about Bud. Since that fight wasn't competitive, it's going to do $350K max pay-per-view in a rematch. PBC ain't going for that. Well, I look at it like this, Juice. Yeah, you may be absolutely right on that because it did like 650, 700, right? But I think this is more so for the fighters. They're gonna do quality, decent numbers in the pay-per-view. It's gonna be decent, but more so for the fighters. It's in a contract now. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that fight would have been a draw and not a stoppage, then we're talking about probably elevating that scale, numeric scale rather, to a higher number or somewhat equal to higher, whatever. It might be 700 to 800 or whatever. I don't really get into the numbers aspect of it, you know. He said no rematch. Blunt said no rematch respectfully. Well, if you don't want to see a rematch with Errol Spence, you have to understand this too, Blunts. This man, pound for pound fighter now. Keith Thurman is now on the pound for pound list. Jaron Ennis is now on the pound for pound list, right? So when you get to that higher point, that pinnacle, you have a limited list to choose from. That's just the way it goes. Just like I tell people all the time, the ranking systems per the sanctioning body, they're 1 through 15, but 1 through 7, I would say 1 through 7 gets a little shaky after that. It gets a little dense. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 through 7. Forget the other, 15 now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about past the top 15. It's dark. Forget the other 15 now. It gets a little after 1 through 7. It gets a lot of shakiness there. You're like, oh, what are we doing? So I just look at it like when you at that level and you on the back end of your career and you undisputed, you have to definitely pick the fights that's gonna make you the money. You know what I'm saying? It's all about Chuck E. Cheese. Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz some more. What's good with it, OG? How you feeling, man? One on deck. I see you, man. Samad on deck. Salute. Peace and blessings, beloved. Salute WCS. Certified stamp the like button and support the grind. I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you. Carlos say, Errol got caught up in and started feeling his own sauce. But I don't necessarily blame Spence. His fans put his man on the same pedestal Wilder was on. The aerosexuals are in therapy. Man, true words, bro. True words, man. But, Wilder fought, the best in the division. You know what I'm saying? I thought Wilder was better than Fury. I did. I still rock with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I felt Wilder at the time was the best in the division. I felt that Crawford was definitely the best in the welterweight division going in there against Spence. It was different. Deontay Wilder, he was just his transcription was pretty much that he didn't have no fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have no fundamentals. He just had the right hand. But Tyson Fury was supposed to be the boxer puncher. Now, when you take Crawford Spence, both of these fighters could box. They mirrored up real good. Okay, both of them can box. Both of them have good power, right? Respectable power. But the deceptive part of it, when people turn the blind eye to their demise, is they was strictly off standing over there with the popularity contest, Texas and everything else versus Omaha. They didn't respect Crawford based off pretty much him being from Omaha, Nebraska. And they felt like nothing was going on out there. There was no life out there in Omaha. And then what he's been able to accomplish also, they didn't respect it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't submit. a freaking letter of integrity. They say, you know what, we respect what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? We respect them enough to say they're on equal playing fields. We respect and no. It was always Bud wasn't on the same playing field as Spence. I'm saying, even though he was able to do that at 140, we're talking about 147. And then the wildest part about it is that they used to brag about Errol Spence's resume at welterweight being extremely better than Crawford when he's been campaigning at that division way longer than Crawford. So he had the opportunity for this moment. He had the opportunity to properly prepare for the moment July 29th. He had every opportunity, even in 2022, yo. He had the opportunity. He had 15 months to prepare, but yet he's running hills leading up to fight week. He leaves one heat wave and go into another heat wave. Who fault is that? That's not Bud's fault. That's not Bud's fault. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? But, speaking about the aerosexuals, I'm not here to try to heal them. I'm not. I'm here to continue to splash hot grease on them every time that they want to hit the volume button and see what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I want to test, every bit of what's going on with them mentally, because hearing them talk, it just seems like they're not even on earth anymore. You know what I'm saying? They're not in sound mind and body on earth. They just walking around here in a zombie state, bro. You say, oh, the aerosexuals knew Bud was dangerous. That's why when the fight got made, they had a meltdown. They love living in the reality where the fight was never made and only hypothetical. They knew the inevitable. Come on, man. Talk that fire. He's spitting that fire. Jesus Christ, man. Man, you talking about got the roughest grade of sandpaper there, Juice Lee. You just rubbing off that goddamn top layer of that wound. It was finally starting to scab there, Juice. And you coming in here with sandpaper, just rubbing it. Calm down. It's gonna be all calm down. Yeah, that go right there. No, I don't see the white meat. Oh, be still now. I gotta stand it back down till I see the white meat now. You haven't learned your lesson. Got to teach you a lesson. There we go. Now get a tissue over there. It's starting to bleed a little bit more than I thought. Okay. Now, I want you to think about that the next time you get out here talking stupid. Embrace the reality that the guy that was in there that was getting beat up was your king, your Lord, your savior, Errol Spence Jr. Now take what goes along with his loss and his defeat. Take the agony of it all. That's all. Now stop sitting up here. Oh, that wasn't him. He was doing this. He was not that. And you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. The man made weight. Him and Crawford was up there talking, having a good old conversation. You know what I'm saying? They look healthy to me. But the only people that seemed like they was dehydrated, you know what I'm saying, and weight drained, and in a state of delusion is his fans. Words of wisdom, what's good? Y'all be sure to hit that like button for me. I appreciate you. We've been eating fish sandwiches all month. You know what I'm saying, Mac World? Hey, man, don't rub it in their face, man. And if you take a fish sandwich when you just going from point A to B, man, you know how we used to do, man. Don't have no napkin in there. Make sure the crumbs drop off that mug, so they can come by and the strays can come by and grab them crumbs, man. You know what I'm saying? We all about giving back to the community. Don't take no freaking towel, no napkin with you. Just eat that sandwich, grab that mug, and take it with you, man. You don't need nothing. Or put it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? As long as when you bite into it, the crumbs fall on the floor, man. Because them strays, they be sniffing around. I'm telling you, we all about giving back to the community. Crawford versus Spence rematch, savage in my Bud Crawford voice. If he dies, stated Terrence Crawford, aka Drago Crawford. Drago Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm like Drago in there. I said, excuse me? What was that? I'm like, Drago. If he dies, he dies. Did y'all get that? Are we still alive? Oh shit. Damn. I'm surprised there's some odd, right? That it really hasn't been too many live streams did on Crawford. You know, they're trying to assume that he want to catch a body. You know, he's trying to physically harm Spence now. He's trying to take his life because he quoted a movie. You know what I'm saying? They petty like that now. They're extremely petty. They will look at that and say, oh my God, Crawford's threatening him. Did y'all hear that? You remember Deontay Wilder said that the Bronx Bomber was trying to catch a body? Oh man, this is the same, but even worse. Come on, man. I haven't heard enough live streams on that. He said if he dies, man. That's pretty tough right there. If he dies, he dies. W says Boots and Keith Thurman should fight each other first before they fight Terrence Crawford. I would be more excited for Bud versus Keith and Boots fight if one of them beat each other. I agree with that. I agree with them fighting each other, but my thing was like Crawford coming off this spectacular victory. And I really didn't want to, you know, him to just sit around and wait for nobody. You know, only if Canelo was saying, okay, after I fight Jermell Charlo and beat him, Crawford's up next. That's absent of Errol Spence committing to the rematch clause. You know what I'm saying? But I like the fact that you brought up Jerron Ennis and Keith Thurman. I do believe they should fight each other. I do. You know what I'm saying? They should fight each other ASAP. Because everybody want to get on the goddamn Crawford lottery, bro. And I have to reiterate this. Crawford couldn't get in the lottery. He had to go through Kell Brook. He had to go stop Sean Porter. And then even when he carried out that assassination, right? After he was carried out that assassination, there's a shell of himself. Okay. Then we get to the real fight. And now people are up in arms. They households are ripped apart. You know what I'm saying? They're financially deficient right now. They're working, 2 more jobs than they had prior to the fight because they bet a lot of money on this because they thought it was going to be the pressure. That was your mistake on that one-dimensional fighter, man. I rewatched the fight a few times. Spence was going hard, but used his aggression against him. The aerosexual saying he was off is pathetic. Like I said before, you make a good point, Don, is that I give Spence his credit for being a dog. Like Spence was in a fight. Spence was in a fight, man. And he understood that he was wearing the fight on his face. There's no way that he couldn't believe that was happening. He understood that Crawford was really landing some accurate punches on him. And he was fucking him up. But I have to credit him. Like they always say, a testament of a man is not doing comfort and convenience, but doing challenge and controversy. And doing challenge and controversy, Errol Spence continued to rise to his feet. I can't be a hypocrite and say, well, I praise the Mexican fan base. I can praise, the Russians. I can praise the Filipinos. you know, and not praise the black fighter for continuing to get off the canvas and fight on. I gotta praise him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say he gets my respect in that area. He kept standing up. He kept moving forward. You know what I'm saying? He know that it was. Look, let's think about this. Let's think about this, Don. Think about how many people that was sitting ringside that he knew that was in the building. He knew, man. He knew Jerry Jones was in the building. He knew his family and friends was in the building. He know the aerosexual was in the building. He knew he was getting beat up like that in front of thousands of eyeballs. Thousands of eyeballs that was in attendance. Not to mention the millions watching, right? He knew this shit, but he still kept getting up. He's still fighting on, man. I have to salute the bro. Spence ain't no punk, but he did get walloped in there. No ifs, ands, or buts. He got walloped, and you know that same aggression is what he did with Dennis Ugas. You know the fighter that got beat up, and they was praising him for being an eye collector. He gave him that aggression, but the difference was Bud Crawford and Ugas is not the same fighter. So though he was able to have that success with Ugas, he crashed and burned in the presence of Terrence Crawford. Period. Crashed and burned, y'all. Doesn't Arrow have a like a week or so to activate the rematch? Don't see December. I see Black History Month. He got several days, man. Real talk. He got some days. I'm not gonna freaking micromanage on him. You know, he has a team for that. But let us know. We want to know. We already heard the results. You know what I'm saying? What is going on, man? What is going on? Are you going to activate? Are you going to activate? That's what we want to know. Right? It was nothing but hate on disrespect. Let me see. It was nothing but hate and disrespect for years, W says. But now they want peace. They want to heal, etc. No, the healing process, it don't work out like that, Mac One. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come up here and be shown something. They were shown, point blank, they were shown that Crawford was the better fighter. They were shown, right? He showed you that I was the better fighter. Not only did he show them in a masterclass demo, he stopped him. He put on a masterclass performance all the way up to the round before Sean Porter. I said, man, bro, this dude has a kill switch, man. He's not going to let this fight go into the 10th round or past the 10th round, because therefore the fighter that you said that was a shell of himself, I'm putting you and him in the same position. You know, that was my friend. I actually gave a damn about Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, you know, I was just fluttering the clutch a little bit. That's all. I wasn't really trying to throw in the deer, dump the clutch, and goddamn press that gas and get up out that motherfucker. I wasn't trying to do that with Sean Porter. I was just up here chilling, man. But how can you cruise through the 8th round and then come out and shut it down? You cruise through the 8th round and then come out in the 9th and shut it down. He was proving a point to his naysayers. So that process is not going to heal up in a 3 weeks time frame now, Mac World. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. I hope Spence, I hope we get this news, man, that, hey, so we can get some life back into the YTC when it comes to the aerosexuals. I want them to climb down from the ledge they've been on, the psychological ledge that they've been on, because they've been perched up there for a minute now. They've been perched up there. You know, fire trucks just waiting. Today? How many we got today? Oh, shit, that's the highest number yet. Damn, 400 plus, huh? Woo! And this is all over boxing match, huh? Wow. Unbelievable. The aerosexuals are in the corner of their shower crying like Ace Ventura when he found out Finkel was it. Oh man, y'all going all the way in, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going all the way in, man. I don't blame you. If you're in the building, hit the like button. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to donate, my Cash App is right there until, the time resumes itself, whenever that is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it don't stop. The beat don't stop, man. I got the hottest chat in the MFing game, man. Quality over quantity any day. I have noticed that there have been more altar calling since Spence lost. They got to go to church. They have to get that they have to call out to they savior, man, their supreme being. I want them to. This is the reason why we should want them to do that. Because if indeed Errol Spence take this rematch, I just want them to be in a more healthier state this time around. Because the last time leading up to the fight, they was just out here clueless about what the results are going to be. They had no idea, dumbfounded. They was just running amok, man. They was just sitting up here, oh, man, this is going to happen. Yeah, they was so sure. I swear to God, they was sure, y'all. They was so sure that it was going to end the way they thought. Now, this time heading into the fight, they're going to have to go in there. You have a lot of individuals that didn't smoke prior to the other fight. They're going to get some type of edibles. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get some type of smoking, content, whatever that may be, something to calm them down. That's the only way they can go into here, man. I'm pretty sure they on that Delta 8, Delta 9. They need some type of assistance to help them, to assist going into this rematch. They're going to attempt to start talking trash again. You know what I'm saying? They're going to attempt to talk trash, period. And it's not going to work out well for them because we have too many receipts out here. Google don't lie. BoxRec definitely don't lie. Well, I'll take that back. BoxRec can't lie. I ain't gonna lie, shit. BoxRec can lie like a motherfucker, but in this particular case, BoxRec is not gonna lie to us, bro. But we need to keep them in church. We want them to be healthy enough to face their demons once again. I want them aerosexuals that believe they're showing up to a fight for the rematch, that they'll be able to savor that glory. They're able to be a part of that glory once again. You feel me? They feel that if they return back, it will be different outcome this time. And now they'll be able to celebrate. This is tearing this shredded their heart, yo. Their heart is shredded, internal bleeding, all that shit. They got band-aids everywhere, man. Duct tape, electric tape, masking tape. They got shit everywhere. Staples. It's nothing I can do. It's nothing I can do. I'm not here to do that. They said Bud did a blood sacrifice. Yeah, it was Errol. Yeah, man, I heard all that Illuminati shit, man. Come on, stop it. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Isn't if you do the sacrifice, you're supposed to take a L or something, or I don't know what it is, but the only sacrifice that I seen was the fact that this man was receiving left to right, punch to punch contact. That's all. Shout out to my guy Jamal Neezy. What's good with it, Neezy? Hey, I appreciate you reaching out to me, big dog. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you reaching out to me. It means a lot, bro. And to the other ones, you know what I'm saying? That was out here reaching out. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I'm still going through it as we speak. But I'm gonna try to see, can I just work my way up out of it while I'm progressing. That's the only thing I can do. Jessica, what's good? Salute WCS in the chat. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. It ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? WCS gonna continue to do what I'm doing. Mac, bro, I gave some to Shannon Sharp. He said he was higher than a giraffe. Hopefully Charlo fall down the steps tomorrow. And then Canelo fight is off. Maybe he'll come back down. No, Blunts. I'm not hoping anything on Mel Charlo, because that's another person I want to see go in there and get that hand-to-hand therapy. Yeah, he needs it. He needs it. Mr. Big Mouth, he needs it. All that hate he was doing on Crawford, I don't want him to hurt no ankle. I want him to be fully, I'm talking about 100,000% healthy. I want him, a person that has sit up here and hated on Crawford, trying to, take risk and be great, just like he claims that he's doing. He claims that's what he's doing. He's taking risks and being great. I want him to be 1,000. You know what I'm saying? 1,000%. I want him to be perfect. Nothing wrong when he go in there and fight Canelo. Now, I want that fight to happen. I do. I want that fight to happen. Seriously. I really want that fight to happen. Because looking at him when he was shedding, all I can think about is Justin. Let me see. Was that the one, Justin Timberlake? This song "Cry Me a River." Was that Justin? Was that JT? I think that was JT. When he lost that WBC title, all I heard was JT in the background. Cry Me a River. You know what I'm saying? I want him to be healthy to go get that smoke. And I don't want Canelo to have to be able to come down and all the stipulations about this, that, and the other, bro. No, man. The way I look at it with Crawford, I want him to face Canelo in his weight class, if that's his next objective, his goal, and to take risk and to continue to prove that he is the best in boxing. You know what I'm saying? They saying the man can't do it. He believes he can do it. You know what I'm saying? They saying he can't do it. He say he can do it. I want to see it. Shout out to Caps in 4G in the building. What's good with it, brother? Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up, man. No doubt. I keep telling people Spence packs are really out here. Straight pressure. Damn. Okay. I mean, I'm not a smoker like that. To be honest with you, man, I haven't been feeling good. So I haven't really been paying attention, you know what I'm saying, to a lot of stuff. I've just been taking care of myself and what I've been going through. So to answer your question, no, I've seen people sent me stuff here and there. I do take a glance at them, but I'm not out here looking for them. And I remember, he was up here saying like he don't care about a lot of stuff, and that's just him being in the state of depression and denial after what he said prior to. He was up here talking about, well, I should just play the video that was done so brilliantly, you know what I'm saying, by Athletic Mind. You know what I'm saying? He put that together. He said Errol Spence was going to destroy Bud Crawford. He didn't believe that shit. And then he gonna come back and be mad at Mom for calling him out on his bullshit. A joke, man. I'm not a huge Wilder fan, but as a person, he's always seemed chill and humble. He's got caught up in the hype as well, but he's back to the Wilder. I root for him though. Well, I think, every time Wilder has said his grandma said he was anointed, I was around him enough, not on a personal level, but around him enough as media to be able to say, okay, that was the Ali for me in my era, Deontay Wilder. The reason why I say that, because he a black man, and he do stand up for his people. He do. He is outspoken, and I'm not comparing him to Ali. I'm saying in my era, he's Wilder. He's my Muhammad Ali, so to speak. The reason why I say that is because as much as I have been around Wilder, he ain't never been no asshole to me. Never. Even though I felt some people was trying to, at a certain point of time, shade a little bit, but God was good, man. People can say what they want about, his lack of fundamentals or absence thereof, but you have to look at it like this man got crazy power, man. Stupid. Like, come on, that man can hit you so hard, man, he can kill you. You know what I'm saying? Dude he knocked down Tyson Fury. I've seen both of them. Tyson Fury is huge, bro. This man knocked down Tyson Fury with his physique. He put Tyson Fury on the canvas. Bro, a lot of people just look at his listen to his words and everything. I say, what's wrong with a man speaking out? You know what I'm saying? I think more people just mad because him being freaking garrulous at times. It's nothing wrong with that. If you backing it up, the man had 42 victories, bro, 41 knockouts at one time. Like, God damn. Shout out to Toby Bartlett, man. Salute WCS in the chat. We're global, baby. We're global. Yes, sir. We got to fry them fish and round up round up them. Absolutely. That's not gonna stop, man. That's not gonna stop. That's not gonna stop. That's what I'm saying. When you eating that triple deluxe fish sandwich, you know what I'm saying, with all the condiments on it. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you let them crumbs drop on the ground, man, and keep them strays active. You know what I'm saying, Toby? Hey, keep them strays active, bro. We all about giving back to the community. I think this the Spence sexuals was fine with the fight not happening. They were content discrediting Bud's career and continue to push a narrative for 5 years. Now they got nothing. They did. They was on them tangents, right? You couldn't get them off them tangents, bro. They felt this man ain't did nothing. But that would go down in history, man. I'm telling you, it would go down in history as a dart to the motherfucking heart. Ooh. You might say, oh, that's not a huge freaking puncture. Oh, a dart to the heart. That win, July 29th, was a dart to the heart. Jesus, man. Not only that, they're 47, but the man got STOPPED. He got Kilo Oscared. You understand me? Military terminology for phonetic description. Kilo Oscar over. That man was knocked out. The man was knocked out. And I still got people that's out there trying to change it, but it'll never change. What is registered on this boxing ledger will always be there. It's done, over. It's a wrap. You can't change it. I sit there and laugh at all the how they struggle to come up with talking points and narratives. Nobody's not buying that because Bud Crawford pretty much showed them, I'm just better than him in every facet of the sport. I'm better than him. Levels above. And then look, I think the state of misery that they're in is pretty much how easy he made it look, bro. Oh my God. What do you compare that to as far as his opposition that he's been able to face in the welterweight division? What do you compare when the debate come up? How do you who do you compare as his best, his best opposition at welterweight now? You can't say Spence. You can't say Spence because you got to put Sean Porter up there, man. Because we're talking about less knockdowns. Sean Porter was knocked down less, and he had the credentials. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the worst part of it, man. That's supposed to have been the so-called quote unquote toughest fight. Errol was supposed to be that guy, y'all. And like I said, those of you that's in the chat, man, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game, A-Siders official, certified. You already know, man. We continue to march forward over here. You already know. More Spence excuses after the rematch will be heard. They will say the beating he got in the first fight, EJ never recovered. So Bud never beat the EJ that beat everyone else. Listen, it's funny you bring that up because earlier I was talking about how they're going around believing that Errol Spence was somewhat of a clone, or it was somewhat like a zombie. You know what I'm saying? I can't say zombie really because zombie still holds on to the original host in his body. They're just consciously, they're in a whole nother. Okay. So I can't say zombie, but when we're dealing with the technology aspect of it, that's when it becomes interesting. You know what I'm saying? That's when it comes interesting because they was trying to act like that. Errol Spence is somewhat of a clone. This is how they was talking about it, y'all. That's not the Errol Spence I know. I've been around Errol Spence all his life. That wasn't him. So tell me, if you're gonna say that Crawford, did some type of sacrifice, then what would cause Errol Spence to not be the Errol Spence that fought Ugas? Because God damn it, he sure enough looked like the same brother I knew that stepped in the ring with Ugas. For another human being to mimic the mannerisms and behavior, where did he get that boxing skill from? How did this clone sit up there and download all this information? How? Somebody help me with that. I can't come up with it. Like, how are you able to mimic the way a fighter fights? I'm talking about down to the T. To hear these fools say that wasn't the Errol Spence I know. No, that just wasn't the Errol Spence. No, that wasn't the Errol Spence I know. Yeah, it was. That was the Errol Spence that y'all was bragging about, that y'all was jumping up and down about. That was the same one that y'all was sitting up here not giving Ugas any respect. That man, eye was swollen shut. His girl had to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? He had his kids to go home to. Man, y'all treated that man like he was just a freaking private, man. That didn't complete the first 6 months of his sentence. Y'all wasn't even recognizing that man as a veteran. Y'all shamed that man for Errol Spence beating him up like that. Y'all was up here jumping for joy. Y'all was up here frolicking y'all ass through the YTC, and y'all was just bragging. Oh man, he beat him up. And then when it came to Crawford, y'all try to take that same fight with Ugas and put it over there to Crawford and say same thing is gonna happen. He's gonna go ahead and beat up Crawford. Crawford's chinny. He's gonna beat him up. He's chinny. He's gonna beat him up. And asked him the infamous question: why do you say he chinny? What? Gamboa. Every time I say Gamboa's name, I want to bring in some Lion King drums. Real talk. I want to bring in some Lion King drums because they mention that man's name across the YTC Serengeti all the time. I swear. You know what I'm saying? I swear, man. What they do, Neezy, you already know, man. You already know, bro. You already know. Why people talking like Crawford trying to move up and fight Benavidez or Morrell? Canelo's a tiny 168. Crawford taller than the guy. Make the fight. See, first of all, Okay, me responding. Crawford moving up to fight Benavidez for what? He made it perfectly clear. I'm not saying that's what you said. He made it perfectly clear he want to fight Canelo. Benavidez, do I like him as a fighter? Right? He's not Canelo Alvarez. He's not on the pound for pound list. So right now, the mindset of Bud, just listen to what he said. He's just trying to take the king, of all matchups. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do a king versus king type deal. And it's very limited names out here for him to match himself up. You know what I'm saying? It's very limited, scarcity when it comes to, Bud Crawford stepping in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. And then Bud Crawford stepping in there with who next? Who will be next? You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the hardware, the badges, the titles, this is not just name for name anymore. You got to talk about credentials, everything that goes along, the whole entire portfolio, the Bravo Oscar whiskey, the body of work. That's what we're looking at. We're talking about a 3-division champion, 4-division champion. Both of them been undisputed. Crawford has been undisputed several times. Come on, man. Both of these guys did what they did. So them fighting Benavidez and come on, Morrell. Come on, stop it. Stop it, man. What does he have to offer? You know what I'm saying? He better off just fighting Jerron Ennis, man. You know what I'm saying? Way more experience, much more of a popular fighter. You know what I'm saying? And he'll get a smidgen of more credit, fighting somebody in his own weight class. You know what I'm saying? That's an up and comer that's going to be a future world champ. You know what I'm saying? If EJ deserve a rematch, Oogs deserve a rematch. It gets a little tricky when you say deserve now. You know what I'm saying? It does get a little tricky because Ugas, technically, Ugas and Spence were stopped in the same fashion. Okay, Juice? For real. They were stopped in the same fashion. Okay? So when it comes to deserving, I would agree with you on that. Ugas, it would be good for him to get this rematch because both of them were stopped on their feet. But the only thing about it is that even though Ugas was a champion, and that put him in that D category as far as deserving to step back in the ring with Spence. Yes, sir, I agree. But more so when you talk about the Spence Crawford situation, much more higher echelon. We're talking about undisputed. We're talking about legacy. And we're talking about contractually binding. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think when it comes to Errol Spence, most people are talking about deserving because, yeah, he only has one loss. He absolutely, if he chooses to step back in there, absolutely, he is warranted a freaking rematch. Absolutely, man. This man, hey, Olympian, all that, shit. He did all the heavy lifting to get lifted. You know what I'm saying? He did all the heavy lifting to get lifted. That's what I gotta say. Y'all hold on for a minute. Activate that rematch. Let me see. Canelo versus Crawford ain't happening. Canelo gonna hit Bud with you on payday. Well, I think in my heart of hearts, when it comes to Canelo, he's not definitely he's not even nowhere close to treat him like Demetrius Andrade, bro. It's come on now. Even though Andrade is 2 division champion, right? I don't think no way, no how he's gonna put that hook on Bud. No way. I think Bud is proving himself for being 2 division undisputed, and Canelo comes out his mouth to my you want payday. You have to question, then why are you facing Jermell Charlo then? Why were you about to face Maul Charlo? You know what I'm saying? Why did you face John Ryder? Yeah, it's a little bit more literature to that, but you should never use that hook with Bud Crawford, because he's proven that if he wants to step up there and challenge you, that's the same thing that fighters gave Canelo opportunity to do. Step up for him to accept the challenge when he was moving up in weight. So why put this payday shit on it? I mean, come on, Bud is not Andrade, bro. They're 2 different fighters, and there's no knock on Andrade. It's no knock on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely has to show up and show out, in my opinion, in his next fight. He definitely has to do that, because he's on the back end of his career. But him and Crawford, in my opinion, are different. Like, just different when it comes down to it. You know, where they at in their career, Crawford going to be 36 and Demetrius Andrade is up there too. It's tough. In my Chris Tucker voice, push the goddamn button. Spence might be trying to get an extension. It's possibly. Look, all I want to know is he going to take the rematch or not. The extension is cool with me. If they want to do it, like they said, the first semester of 24, cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Why not? I think Eric realized he was going to be in a really tough fight when Diddy James overlooked Bomac, Bud, and Team Crawford and convinced Errol they weren't on their level and it would be easy. When you bring all them into the equation, and you got one fighter who believes that he is the brain, which if he chooses to be the brain of the operation, that's him. We've seen that brain of the operation just didn't have a plan B or C. So I look at it like you didn't do enough studying. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't sit it down and take this team serious. And furthermore, you didn't take the fighter serious. For some reason, he just had all this disdain about Crawford. And then he had even more disdain from a coach that's doing the same thing he did in this professional boxing career. Bomac was up there. He's a coach just like you. And when the man said, I knew right then it's gonna be even more motivation. When Bomac said it'd be an honor to coach across from him. And then Darius, I don't care what he said, this, that, and that. Look, this ain't the first time, man. You go back to Kenny Porter. He was up there talking that shit about Sean Porter coming over there and getting this, that, and the other, and trying to disrespect Kenny Porter. And Kenny pulled up on him. He said, I'm talking to you as a man. Like, you trying to make it personal. You want to talk and tell my son, come over here. You know what I'm saying? If you want a real trainer or whatever, like, dude, Diddy James is not right, man. He ain't right. And if he want to be the single most decision-making command center of Team Spence, I'm all for it, especially in the rematch. I'm all for it. If he's going to be the one at the forefront, I'm all for it. You want that whooping again? See, this is what I try to explain to the aerosexuals, right? It's just not Spence you got to deal with. You got to deal with whatever his coach isn't teaching him. So you can sit up here and get all hyped up and everything about Spence. But you have to understand, man, his coach is an issue. His coach is a fragmentation that's internal to the camp. He is. So you got to look at it with those two going in there once again and facing not only Crawford, but Bomac. Not only Crawford, Bomac, but Red Spike. Not just Crawford, Bomac, Red, but Esau. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's too many people. And then not to mention you got Steven, Steven Nelson over there designing outfits and everything. No telling what they're gonna come in for the rematch. You know what I'm saying? No telling what they're gonna come in for the rematch. Let them talk the easy talk. If they still feel that way, look, if Diddy James is not able to go to the extreme and say, I need second and third set of eyes, and he want to do it all in his own, kudos to him. I will be there once again watching this massacre play out. No doubt about it. Shout out to Shaw News and Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw in the building. What's good with it, Showtime? Team Tuck official on deck. He beat the Aunt Irene smoothie butter crab legs, smothered butter crab legs out of Spence. That was ugly. That might have been why his face looked the way it did. It's too saturated beneath the skin. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just regular water. It was that Texas butter. Some, RJJ said he thought it was because of the surgery he might have had per the accident, as far as his skin and stuff, or the damage that he took. I slightly, kind of believe that you just can't land on pavement and don't have damage to your face, because you look at the picture, man, when he landed in the hospital, his right side of his face is swollen up big time. But in this particular case, his face was swelled up in both eyes, bro. This is why I be up here rubbing my hands like this, with a smile and grin on my face, and I'm goddamn eating on that red snapper, that catfish, goddamn it, the tilapia, whiting. Having some of the best jumbo fried shrimp, because they don't pay attention that Crawford beat up his entire face. He beat up his entire face, man. So they was laughing and joking about Ugas' eye, but Crawford beat up his entire freaking face, man. Jesus Christ. It was bad. He beat up that man's entire face, made him look different. The rematch will give aerosexuals permanent damage, fetal position for life. They'll be able to get up because they got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go to work. Eyes going to be pink. They're going to have the same clothes on they did when they went to sleep. Yeah, it's going to be a rough period. They're going to get some paperwork done on, and, in his job. They're going to be writing them up and shit. Yeah, man, it's going to be different. 100 million per split, I believe, gets the fight going. Split at 60-40. Canelo weight or 65-35 plus the infamous back end dollars on deck. Man, I don't really get in the numbers, Samad, but man, if this guy is, I think it's easy for us to assume that Crawford going there with Canelo, he's going to get paid higher than what he did with Spence. And potentially, let me see, the 50. I look, I don't want to put the numbers. I don't know, but he's definitely going to get paid much more, much higher numbers than he did with Spence. Remember how the aerosexuals used to be always. Remember how the aerosexuals used to be always on about? How many people you had in the chat and your sub numbers must be false? Think they're going quiet now. Hey, you know what I'm saying? It was all fun. Hey, Toby, it was all fun just a week ago. Hey, it was all fun just a week ago, right? You know what I'm saying? It was all fun just a week ago. Until Crawford went over there and put them hands on him, bro. Crawford went and put his hands on him. And he said, man, goddamn it. When I was out for goddamn, for about 4 days. They was like, yeah, 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 in the name of Spence, yeah. Shoot, I came back on here. My channels demonetized all that, boy. They happy that about, boy. They was happy that a mother, boy. We want Mr. I'm busy. 1000% fit and well, for real. I want to see Deontay Wilder ringside shouting, skills pay the bills. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He deserves that. But see, Deontay is not gonna come there just for that. Man, he don't talk so much shit. Skills pay the bills and taking a shot at Deontay. You know what I'm saying? Taking a shot at Crawford. He took a shot at a lot of people, man. Now he want us to all rebel behind him because he's fighting Canelo. No. Stay busy. I'm busy. That's why I'm saying his mindset isn't where it's supposed to be with Canelo, because Canelo has been taking challenge like this. But for Jamel, nah. He's busy. Who does that? Who says some shit like that? He's busy. Who says some shit like that? He can't stay on track. 1 minute he talking about he want to give the fans what they want with Crawford, and the next minute he trying to talk about, oh man, he got business with Errol in the rematch. Oh, but you the same person that's saying that before, right? You were saying he got to handle business at 147, you know, because Errol's gonna do this and that and the other, and then he gets beat up in front of you, bro. Errol fans receive psychological damage. Hey, we got to put residual in there, Mac One. We got to put residual because you know they was trying to say that. They was trying to say that about Spence, right? So we gotta stick with keywords now. Keywords advisory. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We on that level, dog. We doing thesis. You know what I'm saying? Over here we do thesis, dog. hey, we teach. We're doing thesis over here. So Arrow fans receive residual psychological damage. They second guessing everything all the time when they make decisions. Now they get PTSD and question the whole scenario. They got to fight their way through it, dog, because they did it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? They did it to themselves. They put up all that hope and dreams, man. They did. They put in all them hopes and dreams. Man, they never gave this man, you know, an ounce of credit. They just act like the man was garbage, man. Like he was just a YMCA novice type of fighter. He didn't even know how to throw perfect. I mean, I wouldn't say perfect technical combinations. He didn't know how to do any of that. He couldn't even, you know, basically hit the mitts properly. They weren't giving this man no credit, bro. Samuel, what's good, man? He said, I hope you feel better. Really like your content. My question is, why can't aerosexual accept the fact that Crawford is simply better? I appreciate that, Samuel. Real talk. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to. But I appreciate you looking out though. Real talk, man. One love, brother. Much appreciated. To answer your question, it's difficult to you know, try to give a perfect answer or an answer that is deemed to be relevant in this case, because you know what's on top of their shoulders is affected, just like Samar just said. I mean, Mac One just said, you know, they got psychological damage going on. They may not want to admit it, but they do. And acceptance is one of those areas where when you're stressing yourself out trying to ignore, you cannot jettison the fact on what happened July 29th. No, you have to route that. You know what I'm saying? You have to bring it back up. You know what I'm saying? You have to process that. Real talk. It's tough. But you have to continue to talk to them, man, like they're in freaking counseling. I'm not here to go in deep detail about what's going on with the aerosexuals. All I know is they deserve it. Because when it came to boxing, they wasn't all about being fair when they was talking about these two fighters fighting. It wasn't nothing fair. You know how they say all fair in love and war? They didn't want to be fair about nothing. They was pretty much saying that Crawford, he ain't did shit. He had all these TKOs in the welterweight division. Who cares? They say the man don't have no power. He don't have nothing. Who is fronting? Who is fronting? That's all I want to know. Who is doing the fronting? On the 29th, they were proud aerosexuals. On 30th, they was newly converted open-toe sandal boys. Shaking my head, goddamn shave, salute to boots. Hey, man, they had to go through those changes. They was forced to. But I see some of them, they starting to kind of gather their confidence up again. You know what I'm saying? They trying to gather their confidence up again. They trying to return back to normalcy, but it's going to be difficult, man. It's going to be difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be difficult. We're suggesting that they have like internal interventions on the YTC to get themselves together. And then I ask myself often, is the aerosexuals ready for a rematch? Like, are you ready? Is it too short a time? Now we have to take in consideration, it's not just about Spence and Diddy James anymore. It's about all the collateral damage that's out here in the Spence universe. Those floating particles that are human beings is just lost. You know what I'm saying? They are fucking lost, bro. They are absolutely lost. As I talked about, the YTC having, they're known for having odd congregations. You know what I'm saying? The mongering effect. The mongering effect of hanging around certain channels, sponging up infected point of views. You know what I'm saying? The mongering effect. You're hanging out in a location over and over again, and you stay there so long that you believing lies as truth. And you continue to take that outside of that particular congregation into another group of congregated casuals. And you start to talk that talk over there, and it just spreads. It becomes contagious. It does. It becomes contagious, especially when you come over here. I'm like, You know what I'm saying? We got the vaccine over this motherfucker. Don't bring that shit to this avenue. We got the vaccine, bro. We got the vaccine over here for real. You need to respect your opponent and combat. Derek need to take a lot of blame for not respecting the resume of Crawford. He paid the price for his arrogance. Did he pay the price? He didn't look too distraught to me, that Samuel. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the first time he took a loss. The way he was looking at Spence is almost like, he deserved it. Like he thought Spence deserved that. It was weird. Like, his fighter just took severe damage at the hands of Crawford. And not only that, the physical part of it, but the psychological breakdown too was the fact that when it came from Texas, that Diddy James and Errol, they were speaking the same sentiments. They felt that they was going to go in there and pressure. We can never, ever put this to the side and don't talk about it. That Errol was up here talking about he's going to break him mentally, physically, and spiritually. Now, we can't let that shit ride. This man said that. So just because we witness him being pummeled, technically pummeled, legally, you can't feel sorry for the man like that because that's his profession. And that's where he slipped up. He chose to stay nestled and locked into Derek James. He went in there and, we seen Jamel Charlo shedding tears when Tony Harrison scooped that WBC. But this was even worse, though. This was 3 belts. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. See that cuatro? That was Crawford. That was the WBO title. You know what I'm saying? He ended up scooping up those 3 belts over there with Spence, and along with the ring and everything. I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Dude, he did all that heavy lifting. They marketed that shit so much. Spence doing the heavy lifting. Come on, bro. We can never forget, y'all. This man said he's gonna break him like Kunta Kinte. You know what I'm saying? He was laughing. I remember being there. People say, I'm gonna break him like Kunta. Why y'all wasn't laughing on July 29th, though? I was looking. Look, I was looking. I'm pretty sure a lot of other listeners, right, that's in the chat. We was waiting for them to go live. You feel me? We was waiting for y'all to go live after the fight. We wanted to hear y'all stick your, first of all, we wanted to see you stick your chest out and hear what you had to say. Y'all was dormant. Y'all was dormant like a family of meerkats. Y'all was up here looking all around the area, before the main event, looking all around. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah. Oh shit, you here too? All right, cool. Oh, nice seat, bro. Damn, you paid some money for that. All right. They was all like meerkats looking around the T-Mobile Arena. God damn it. When that fight started, it was almost like that eagle was flying over, and that shit started to descend at a rapid rate. Them meerkats ducked up under the barrel. Oh my God. Damn, dog. Hell no. They say, what are we watching? I'm serious. They say, what are we watching, dog? Like, you ever seen a group of meerkats? Them they pay attention. They bodies postured erectly, and they just looking around the area. Man, they was all happy. They was trying to see who else they knew in the arena. All that shit, yo. By the time that 4th or 5th round came around, oh my goodness, man. They was cringing up beneath the seat. They was headed out to the concessions. Please give me a triple shot. No matter of fact, just give me the bottle. Give me the whole bottle. They looking at the fight on the Jumbotron, right? The little TVs they have out there. And then they stayed out there long enough for round 7. By that time, these aerosexuals are goddamn trying to hide out in the trash can, man. They feel that they just don't want to be a part of society no more. They're up there trying to put trash over them and conceal themselves and shit. They lost it, bro. The security up here say, hey, y'all got to get out there, man. Y'all got to get out the can, man. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, I know what it was. Y'all bet too much money on this fight, huh? I knew it. Hey, man, get out. I'm going to go over here and get y'all some of these chicken tenders over here, put on your stomach. And, man, it's going to be okay, man. You'll live, man. You'll live. You'll live, for real. I don't know how much money you lost, but it's going to be okay, all right? You got health care, right? Okay, go see your doctor. Go see your primary care provider. Go see that shit, bro. You can do it. Bud B. Arrow so bad. Got aerosexuals shutting their channels down. Yeah, people screenshot. I did see that. You know what I'm saying? I want to stay on course, stay on topic, please. When they asked Spence fans to make a choice, self-doubt started creeping in. I want them to stay vigilant this time around, even more than they did before, because they have something to go off of. They have that beating July 29th. They have that to take them over into the next fight if it does happen. They have it. Shout out to Andrew Charles in the building, man. What's good with Andrew? Spence had nothing for Crawford. Zip, zero, zilch, nada. Bud shut him down. He couldn't do shh. It was great. It was awesome. Super great, man. I agree, Andrew. Shout out to Andrew in the building. It was awesome, man. I swear to you, it was awesome. It was so awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was super awesome. Andy, what's good? I see you. Salute to you. I don't think it would be no rematch. If y'all saying y'all don't think it'll be a rematch, tell me what's up. Why you think it ain't gonna be a rematch, man? You think Errol is still in Spain, or he's gonna stay over in Dubai? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think it's not gonna be a rematch? I'm curious to know, man. Because we want Errol back in the ring. We got to get this one more again. That's all I'm saying. We gotta have this play out one more again, man. Come on, man, one more again. No, we got to step on their fingers while they down. They haven't got enough. You know why they haven't got enough? Because they up here claiming steroids. They claiming loaded gloves. You know what I'm saying? Look, with all these accusations that's being once again filtered out by the septic tank boys. You know what I'm saying? The septic tank boys are filtering this freaking BS out to the people, right? You got to give it to them one more time. Because if the same Errol Spence shows up with all these accusations of Crawford having loaded gloves on freaking roids, right? A dehydrate. I would expect the commission and the referee to super double trip that, triple check that the next time around to make sure everything is in order. So this ass whooping, it won't have no excuses attached for it. None. We ain't doing that. No excuses, bro. No excuses. Nope. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, bro. Canelo thinking if a new excuse right now, thinking of a new excuse right now, he didn't think Bud would accept the fight 168 because he heard T say weight class for a reason. Yep, true. But nope, there's no exception for you. Yep, you know what I'm saying? He turned that shit around. Like when people start telling me, hey man, Bud accepted that. He said he'll fight at one. I said, no, man. He said it's weight class for a reason. No, man, I'm telling you, he done came back around. He done switched it up. He done said he'll fight him at 68. And then I heard that background music start to play. It was some violins in that motherfucker now. It was some violins in there. It was no cellos in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was violins and motherfucking drums. That's all I heard start to play. When I finally heard him say that, all I heard was violins and drums playing. I say, damn, this is serious. And then Canelo want to try to shut it down, talking about, no. Come on, Canelo. You'll get credit, bro. You'll get credit. You don't want to duck this smoke. You don't want to duck it. Shout out to Mr. Golden. What's good with it, OG? How you feeling? Errol Spence fans has neurological damage. I look forward for the excuses every day. Yeah, dealing with the neurological situation, that's going to take time. I don't know how extensive the damage is. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about certain areas, but one thing we know, Jessica, is that they are stimulated. You know what I'm saying? We continue to stimulate them. Real talk. We need to continue to stimulate them with this damn Omaha news series. Because every time you see they hear in Omaha, oh man, they lose it. They squinch their eyes. You know what I'm saying? They start biting their index. You know what I'm saying? They be going through the extremes, man. They be going to the cabinet, getting toothpicks and goddamn poking themselves in the forehead and then trying to get close to their eye and shit. They be doing crazy stuff, man. Be trying to put a whole toothpick through their motherfucking forearm. It's be doing, self-harm, dog. I'm serious, man. For real, man. That shit is crazy what they doing. Shout out to Dr. Paul in the building. What's going on with you, bro? Salute to you. But I'm at my 2-hour mark. Hey, y'all hold it down, man. I gotta bounce. You know what I'm saying? Once again, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-Side official, certified. Yes, sir. We will do it again. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all, man. Continue to tune in, get the notifications. I may potentially be back on tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I would definitely try to. You know what it is? Quality over quantity any day of the week. Y'all stay solid. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars, should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.